Okay. So, yeah, no, it's too much for me. I don't want to feel important. I don't want to.
I would like to know something about your project.
Yes. So
And about you.
Mm-hmm. So I will first say what made me come to KGF.
Yes.
And then where is the project going to?
And something about you.
And something about myself maybe before. So I am, as you know, originally from Israel. And what I'm doing in my life is I am a photographer. Who is I'm of course also a professional photographer that like works with just companies and events and things like this, and also I'm doing many projects with communities that are related to representing communities in all of their forms, which means in forms that these communities never didn't have the potential, the opportunity to represent themselves in these ways before. For example, communities in my hometown that were always portrayed as this poor community, that like poor people that come, that make trouble, and they have this neighborhood with issues. So this is, of course, the government's way to portray people. And there is also another way, which is to people to tell their stories, to tell what, to show their surroundings in a way that they would choose how to make it, not I. I am not in charge of deciding how to represent a place. Only the people that live in the place know how to represent it. I am there only to bring, bring another tool that would we can incorporate to the community, that it will have the possibility to represent itself in more ways. And also, of course, in the case of KGF, to create awareness of the history of KGF, the cultural qualities of KGF, and also the critical problems that KGF is experiencing as of now, also in relation to the past. So what happened is that around January, like 8th of January, I arrived in India. And we started, now I am doing my master's degree in Aalto University in Finland. And I was sent here through a cultural development program that told me you can come to India and make your own project and find a good place to create something with the community. Not about the community, not to talk about people like the British did when they came here and made their surveys, and not like every other documentarist that come to a place, take a story and go home. I don't want to take something for myself. I want to leave something for the community. So I arranged this meeting with the Honorable Mr. Sri Kumar. It's a real honor, and that we together can understand how we can make something. I have my own ideas. You can tell me your ideas are stupid. Like your ideas are not in the right way. We can maybe make it a little bit different. We can make it this way, or this way. I'm completely open for suggestions, but I will also tell what interested me as someone that came to the place. So what happened is that we had a course around January about the Indian Railway, and I chose and everyone should have needed to choose one route in the railway to work on in order to understand how to develop the railway in a way that would actually benefit the people who use it and not the government. And but I'm not taking this course anymore. It's like I'm not connected to that project anymore. But this project led me into KGF. Why? Because the route from Bangalore to KGF is a very interesting route. The route from Bangalore to KGF to Chennai is, of course, the route that the British built in order to transport the gold out of KGF. So it was like a part of this, of course, like colonialism. You can say good and bad things about it. You know, there's like it's not a right or wrong thing, because the Brits also made very good things in India, although they exploited quite a bit the people, specifically the communities that were brought from Tamil Nadu to Kolar and in many other places also. But there are very different ways to relate to that. And what fascinated me the most about KGF was that when you come here, when you come to the place, you already see, without even knowing anyone, you already feel like this place has like a very rich history, that many things happened here. And of course, like you can see all of the relics of the mining era, and you can see that can be like kind of like portrayed as like nowadays for foreigners like me as like tourism opportunities. And of course, there are way more than tourism opportunities. They uncover in themselves. They symbolize many different narratives of things that happened in this town, and represents also very substantial moves that happened in India before and after colonialism, and also within when we talk about the current situation as well. Because of course, like the mining, the issues with mining all over India are like there are many issues with communities that are involved in mining. So, but KGF itself has something else because of the gold. And if we are all here cultural scholars, and we are talking about the symbolism of the gold. So the gold has, through history, has very rich, as you also wrote in the book, there are very varied references to how gold is perceived in communities that come to like that look for the gold, that are looking to harvest the gold, and also to extract it, and also communities that are using in the same way. There are also like some people are using the gold in order to symbolize some certain acts and some certain issues in life. So there are like, I was also highly fascinated when I saw, at first I saw like the poems that I already read about KGF. I was fascinated by the fact that like from one way, people are admiring the past of KGF. People are admiring what they achieved here, what they built here. But also, people are talking about the suffering of the workers. And even before like the arrangement of the new unions, and even before like anyone acknowledged the situation. So there are many layers of narratives that can be uncovered within sort of journey here in KGF. And all of these together, only if all of these are presented, the true history of the place is, as what I feel, is in place, and not like you cannot present only one narrative, only one point of view. And of course that like now there are also like the consequences of like after the mining, like the problems with the cyanide dump, with the hazardous dust, with the pollution of the water, with that many researchers already tried to understand like how they can deal with it. Of course that most of it wasn't taken care of so far, but like there are many academic researchers about that, as you know. which this is like also interesting. So, but let's talk now about the focus, okay? If this is like what all interested me. I am coming. My artwork. I actually I couldn't bring my laptop here, my computer, because I brought this camera and all of this equipment, so it was too heavy. So otherwise, I could show you other works that I did before, and all of them are like mainly political works and socio-political works that aim to attract the viewer by, let's say, entertainment and maybe humor, but after the viewer is like magnified, to tell him the true story of like what the issue is. That like, because people, let's say ordinary people, most people cannot, this can, yeah, it can stay like this. So something that I think that we can agree on, that that most of the people, it's very difficult to deliver them a difficult message, like a difficult situation in a place, or people don't want to hear about bad things. People just want to be happy most of the time, right? And so this is so my idea for this project is actually to create sort of something that I define now, and I will explain what it is, as speculative tourism. What is tourism? Let's discuss tourism, okay? What do you think that tourism is? Tourism, like, as like, who the tourist is, usually he is someone that was coming from a capitalist place, from a capitalist culture, and he's trying to buy the place. To buy, if I come to India, I am buying India. How do I buy India? I buy it by exploring the roots, by looking at by exploring the roots, by looking, by sightseeing some places, by buying meals, and then I do, I have like a checkup list. I did that and that and that and that and that. I consumed India. Now I know that I've been to India. I know India, and it's fine. And now I have it. It's kind of like it's in my pocket. I'm fine. This is the concept of tourism. Concept of tourism is to use places in order to they would become assets that people can
exchange their views. Exchange their views.
Yes, expand their views, but by visiting some places from a certain point of view, right? You have this, for example, like the government of Karnataka and every other place, also Israel, have their brochures, and they are given to tourists, and then tourists can see, there is this place, this place. I will visit all these places. I will eat all this food. Now I know India. It's good. Now I know Israel. Now I know Finland. And we all know that it's not true. We all know that, and this is a sort of entertainment that people take. Usually, of course, there are some people that are really deeply interested in cultures, but it's not most of the people. Most of the people consume to be entertained. And what I thought to do here was to create this something that I call speculative tourism. That is, we invite people to KGF. We invite people to come here to see like to cruise through the history of KGF through some content that is actually showing KGF from your point of view, not from the government's point of view, not from a certain businessman point of view, from the cultural leaders of KGF, for people that know all the history and symbolic times in history of KGF itself, and can represent it in a much richer way. than consumables, you know. So the idea was to create, and these were my initial ideas, were to create two models of this. One idea was to create a sort of theater act. A theater act that would be most definitely in Tamil and only in local languages, only in languages that are spoken KGF, and it will be enacted. I thought the place that was, for me, I thought it would be like a good place to do it, was in the cyanide dump in Andersonpet, because this place is a core of a problem, of a serious problem. And to create a map, a virtual map on top of the place, to create a route, to create a path on the dump itself, and people would go there, people that we invite from Bangalore, from city, tourists, that will come and will explore the virtual route with this device that I built. You know metal detectors? That like beep when they discover metal. So this metal detector will actually, of course, there is no metal there in the cyanide dump. It's all dust, right? There are very, very small specks of metals that you can somehow recover in different ways. But the metal detector will never beep there. But what happens is this metal detector will be operating on GPS signal, on satellite. And I already built this device. It's very, very cheap device. It's cost me like 500 rupees. So for me, I have a budget from Finland and I can build many of these devices. And the idea is that the audience will take the device and they will go through the site, and the device will lead them to people. People that will tell them a story. It might be read them a poem. It might be tell them a short story. It might be also it might be a choir that will sing a certain song. But all these materials, the contents that would be there, would not be entertainment, pure entertainment. It would be content that would show the real the real culture of KGF itself, the real events and the real important moments of KGF itself, enacted in a script play or in a small poem, and things that already exist. We don't need to make anything. It's just going through the archive, through things that already exist, and choosing the right material and to make it happen. So this was like this was one idea that I had, and another idea to how to attract people and to raise awareness of the situation in KGF was this. I showed it to some of you before also. To take, so after we choose the poems, after we choose the material, to create from the material some figures, to find some characters from the poems, for example, or from the screenplays, and recreate them as models. And these sculptures, these small sculptures, to insert in them a bit of dust from the cyanide. Yeah, I will drill in and put in some dust from the cyanide dump, and that dust is like the holy water, you know. Because why is it like holy water? Because you all know, I don't know if you know, but like in Israel, if you come to Israel, you can buy these small bottles of holy water. What are these water? These are water that should be like the water that from the lake that Jesus walked on, right? It's like very, very special water that are coming. It's just water from the tap, okay? It's just that they sell tourists. It's not special water. So the idea is to actually put this powder in and to claim which is true, and it's also written in your book that there is a gold residue in this dust. So we can also claim that there is some gold residue. We cannot promise what is the amount of gold in it, but there is some gold in it. But there is gold, but there is also cyanide. Okay? So this is in a way kind of like a representation of like the complexity of what KGF is in a way. So that these were like my ideas so far. And now I think that you should lead the discussion. But this is what I think, and I would just first like to hear like what is your ideas about what KGF is for you, and then to understand how we can make something from this, or to change it completely. Of course, I would also like to hear what you think about what I suggested.
Start பண்ணிட்டு. Can we have it in a question and answer type of discussion or what?
Huh?
Question and answer type or?
No question and answer. We just speak to each other.
Speak.
Yeah.
இவங்களுக்கெல்லாம் தமிழில் சொன்னாதான்
இல்லை நீங்கள் சொல்கிறது அவருக்கு தானே.
You can speak in Tamil also. It's fine.
No.
Very fine.
You can speak feel free to speak in Tamil. And I will
That has to be translated.
I will translate it
there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have one question.
Yes.
Your good self is permitted to doing all these projects here?
Huh?
Do you have got the permission?
Government permission.
Yeah, any permission.
I don't need the government permission.
No need.
No.
No, you are a foreigner.
Yeah.
You came here.
I am legal foreigner. Yeah, I am all legal. Yeah. The government knows that I'm here. Yeah.
Immigration இதெல்லாம் தான் வந்து.
Yeah, all good. I'm not a tourist. I am a researcher in university and I work here now.
You are free from continue the project in any way.
Yes.
Before coming, they have to disclose the purpose of visiting India. So he is coming under that, properly coming under this immigration formalities. He has completed and which it does not require government's permission. He has come with a mission.
இது மாதிரி எத்தனையோ ஊர்ல நாட்டில் இது பண்ணுறாங்க.
And also every risk with this project is on me. If there will something happen with this project, I will get deported. I don't care. I am willing to risk my legal state in India for this project. Okay?
Actually, what is the intention or purpose of doing all these projects?
For me, the purpose is to help or like to create something with the people of KGF to raise awareness of the problems in KGF. That's the only reason.
All the problems and the situations,
Yes.
history, everything from starting to this minute, our beloved brother, he has written in his book.
Yes, this is true. So like let's say that like in a way is to transform Sri Kumar's book to a sort of like an artistic act in a way, because his book has inspired me quite a lot. Like the reason that I'm here is because of his book.
That's what.
Yes.
You inspired on his version, so that the oldest university of London, they offered doctorate for this. You might have known this, is not?
I didn't know.
He have been conferred doctorate from the university because of the return the book. You should know.
சரி இது சொல்லுங்க
நீதான் பேசுறேன் சொல்லு.
நீங்கள் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க. அப்புறம்
You want to say something? சொல்லுங்க.
Is a tourism means where in which place you are visiting is a mirror of knowing knowledge, attitude and practice of this place. It's a mirror.
Yes.
That is called tourism.
This
That's
is
the mirror
correct.
aspect of knowledge.
Yeah, you can also say that it's a sort of a mirror,
Ah.
but it's a mirror that someone can play with, you know? Someone can mirror a very specific area because a mirror also has borders. A mirror has limits. So what is mirrored is what we are questioning here.
If you
What
stood,
should we mirror?
if you stood on the mirror,
Yeah.
it will shows your
Hmm?
physique as what it is. It will shows your physique. Like that, if you are visiting any place, anywhere in the world,
Mm.
that will exhibits the knowledge, attitude, and practice of
Deviate or
the ancient time.
சொல்லுங்க.
This is correct.
Start பண்ணுங்க. Subject. You come to the subject directly.
See, actually, what is Mr. Rohi, his intention is he wanted to bring about the awareness of the problems that is there in the KGF. From the root of our history till today, what are the problems we are facing, what are the benefits we have received. All these things should be analyzed and this should be known to the people and there should be awareness created among the people. For that, what we need to do, as I understood from his speech here, that is his motive. Of course, he has come to taken this subject for his studies, but the motive behind this study is appreciable because he says tourism is not just entertaining and seeing a particular place and happy about it and say to other places, tell to the people that have seen the places. But what about the customs, what about the beliefs, what about the traditions and the problems faced by the people, those who are living in that particular place, and how we understood that and what we have done for that. That is his motive, I feel so, if I am right,
You're right.
if I understood your speech. That is his aim. So, now to bring awareness, what plan we have as a local people, what plan we have, what are the other organizations have already done in this case. All these things we can discuss now. You can put forth your points. இந்த மக்களுக்கு விழிப்பு செய்யறதுக்கு நம்ம பிரச்சனையை பற்றி நாம் என்ன செய்திருக்கிறோம், இந்த வரலாற்று ரீதியாக நம்ம பார்க்குற போது நாம் என்ன செய்திருக்கிறோம், என்ன செய்யணும் அப்படிங்கிறத உங்கள் கருத்துங்களில் நீங்கள் சொன்னீங்கன்னா அது சரியாக இருக்கும். மக்களுக்கு விழிப்பு செய்யறதுக்கு நாம் என்ன செய்ய போகிறோம், அவருடைய ஐடியா அதுவாக இருக்குது. அவர் ஒரு மாடல் பண்ணியிருக்காரு. எஸ் டன் அ மாடல். he wanted to see it should be very much appreciable. அந்த ட்ரில்லிங் மிஷின் மாடல் அது அவர் பண்ணியிருக்கிறார். பண்ணிட்டு வாட் இஸ் his idea is he wanted to bring about awareness by keeping this model. அதில் கொஞ்சம் சைனைட் போட்டுட்டு அதுலேருந்து அந்த புகை வெளியே வர்ற மாதிரி மக்களுக்கு போய் காட்டினாக்கா, both good things are there and bad things are also there in he says. For example, cyanide dump is bringing pollution. One thing is there and the gold is also available in that. Both the things he wanted to demonstrate by this model and bring awareness among the people, he says. இதெல்லாம் நான் பண்ணுறேன், அந்த அவேர்னஸ் கொடுக்கணும் மக்களுக்கு. ஏதோ வந்தால் நான் படிச்சுட்டேன் போனேன், இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் கேதர் பண்ணிவிட்டு போயிட்டேன் அப்படிங்கிறது இல்லைன்னு அவர் சொல்கிறார். இப்போ நாம் என்ன செய்ய போகிறோம், வாட் வி ஆர் கோயிங் டு டூ, வாட் வி ஹவ் ஆல்ரெடி டன் டு பிரிங் அவேர்னஸ் அபவுட் அவர் பீப்புள் அப்படிங்கிறத உங்கள் கருத்துங்க நீங்கள் சொல்லலாம். யூ கேன் சே யுவர் வியூஸ் அபவுட் இட்.
ஸ்பீக் அபவுட் திஸ் பேரவை பற்றி சொல்லிட்டு கல்ச்சுரல் அண்ட் லிட்ரரி ஆஸ்பெக்ட் அது நீங்கள் தான் சொல்லணும். பேரவைக்காக நீங்கள் தான் சொல்லணும்.
கர்நாடக தமிழ்மொழி சிறுபான்மை நலப்பேரவை என்னென்ன செய்துன்னு இருக்கு, மக்களுக்கு விழிப்பு பண்ணுறதுக்கு என்ன செய்துன்னு இருக்குது நீங்கள் சொல்லுங்கள். நீங்கள் சொல்லலாம். நீங்கள் யாராவது பேசலாம். எனிபடி கேன் ஸ்பீக் அபவுட்.
புஷ்பராஜ் சொல்லட்டும், ஆங்கிலத்தில் சொல்லுவார்.
பேரவை மக்களுடைய கலாச்சார மொழி கலாச்சார சம்பந்தப்பட்டவங்கள என்ன செய்துன்னு வந்திருக்கீங்க, என்ன செய்யறதாக மேற்கொண்டு திட்டங்கள் ஏதாவது இருக்கான்றதை பற்றி அது கேட்குறாங்க. சொல்லுங்கள்.
From your expression, how I come to understand is, technically speaking, you said using a metal detector, you can identify the traces of metals on this rock tailings. The exact term is rock tailings. It's not the cyanide.
Yeah. Mill tailings.
Yeah. The tailings. Okay. Now it contains other byproducts also. So they established one scheelite product that is to extract tungsten. That unfortunately it was closed. They extracted tungsten from this gold ore. Okay. Now, from what you understand is, we understand is, tourists know they are all raw people. They are all raw. Simply, they will come visually see, oh, this is a miracle. See the shared dump of tailings, huge. It contains gold also, those stones. They will simply see, oh, it's a, they will touch it, oh, it has got traces, like that they will see. But from your point, you would have seen many other gold mines being closed elsewhere, either in South Africa, Australia, and so other places. You have to compare that, why they have closed, why this is closed. Viability. So, cost of extraction. See, I came to understand that in Australia, for 1 ton of quartz, they may get even 8 to 10 grams of gold. Whereas here it is around only 2 grams. It went deeper and deeper. Question of safety, like so other things. Now you have to tell us other sites of gold mines, if you have visited.
I haven't visited other sites.
Haven't visited also.
No,
okay.
but I'm not interested in why, if gold, if it's good or not. If it's like, if we should, if the government should or shouldn't come back to mine the gold. I just want to tell the story of this specific place.
You are interested only in telling the history of this place.
Yes, and the history, and the current situation, and the current issues.
History means here they know all labor class people. There is no agriculture. Land is not suitable for agriculture. We don't have training in other modes of labor, either sericulture, pisciculture. There is no resource at all. Main is water is under the ground. No, it is full of salts, carbonates, so on the things. So under this condition, it is not fit for agriculture or drinking and everything. What we use is only for hard water, only for washing purpose. So drinking water is the main problem here. We were getting 14 kilometers away from KGF. That was the purifying plant which was available at Bathmangla. So John Taylor company established that one there. Now subsequent to the closure of mines, and due to other political and linguistic chauvinism, no, those people cut the lines. They don't supply purified water. So once we enjoyed purified water, even that ordinary tap, no, we were getting purified water. Throughout India, this is the first place to supply purified water for us. Now we face drinking water problem, soft water problem. We don't get soft water anywhere in the town. Everywhere, no, water problem is only for cleaning purpose we have solved. No drinking water. Nobody is interested. See, the government has to put food, clothing, shelter. That means good drinking water. When the mining was running, no, people were not feeling hungry because the guarantee was salary. On that basis, food grains were supplied. We had stomach full. Now that is also stopped. So one thing. Now employment generation. When the mining was closed at the time, 2001, there were small children. Now they grown up. Because capital city is nearby, somehow half-educated or partly educated people, they go to Bangalore to get menial jobs. That's the survival here. Nobody has come forward to establish any alternative industry. The alternative industry which was brought BML, no? It was exclusive for the WhatsApp KGF. And that has been grabbed by other people under the guise of state. See, for the growth of this nation, our people contributed by thirst and blood, sacrificed our lives. At that time, nobody came from other part of the state. Then only our people, because we were familiar for hard work. Tamilians, no, we are familiar for hard work. We had the courage to go deep into the mines, and at that time nobody has that problem. So main problem is now employment to the younger generation. So nobody has come forward to solve this one. Though many are skilled, semi-skilled, there is no source for employment. So food problem, water problem, employment problem. Added to that, no, the biased attitude of the rulers, because we are linguistic minorities, we should be given all protection in case of our language, culture, but they simply impose an alien language on us. Under that, they suppress. For instance, you know, because we are Tamilians, some part of other things, no, they refused us employment even after selection. Even after selection, no, through various processes, our employment is reduced. Cut short. They did not allow us to work in other parts of Karnataka. So, because we are Tamilians, they don't want Tamilians. Though we have enough qualification, skill and everything, after reporting to duty, our people were chased away from there violently. Yeah, there are instances. See, after state say organization 1956 now, they imposed a language on us, okay. Before that, people have joined employment, you know. For them, they put a class that you should pass the Kannada test within a particular time. So already they would have crossed 40 years or so. For them, medical profession is important rather than concentrating on one language. Because they did not pass that language, no, their retirement benefits are cut. There are nurses and doctors like that. So, linguistically, we suffer a lot. So, there is no salvation for this. Nobody is coming forward. Our cries are not heard. So, closure of mines is employment. One thing. Now, after closure, fully 4 generations, no, we are relying on this one only. If my grandfather was working now, he will take medical unfit and put his son in that place. Father will again take medical unfitness and then son will enter into the same. All going into that semi-skilled work for survival purpose. So this would not have been exposed anywhere. What is inside this cave? So nobody is exposing that one. So then, how is our survival then? Question of survival here. We don't get.
So now, like, I think that the question is like how to represent it in a way. Would not be. We are not politicians. Right. We are artists. We are writers. We are you know, educators. So how we represent this not as a sort of like demonstration. As something that we call like more sublimized, you know, a bit more something that would have that would be not hidden, but but would be a part of something that would appear to be an entertainment, but is not entertainment.
This is something
Something
like
that
image.
would be something that would be that would look like an entertaining act, but the content of it would be the exact content that would talk about the exact problems and the exact significance of cultures, of different cultures and different struggles and different and different occurrences and similar occurrences that were in KGF during its time and also in the recent times as well. So I think that this is the challenge, to take what you say and to create and to think, like to take it as the framework, as like the skeleton of the project, and to think how we can like use cultural materials that are already proven as symbolizing KGF itself in its many ways, and that would somehow attract people to see the beauty of KGF, and also and after they are attracted to KGF itself, to show them what it really is, what are the concrete problems. So it's kind of like to trick people to come in, because people from Bangalore would never come here only to hear about the problems of the place. Then no one will come. No one will come. People don't care. People will come if they will hear that there is a very special theater act happening here. Then they will come, because they want to be entertained. So we will tell them that it is entertainment, but it is not a joke. It is not entertainment. This is the content would be the material that you think that represents KGF history itself and its current issues in the most accurate way.
And there are rightist movements here.
Yes, there are plenty, I'm sure.
Yeah, they are doing this. There are some street plays which directly goes to the people and speaks about this unemployment problems, about the cultural values, everything. But it's inadequate. It's not that sufficient. As you say, you should come in more number, these theatrical forms. Once we talk about the theatrical forms, it needs more money to spend to arrange that, So we need money also. But street plays like things, if you do,
but
doesn't require more money.
Money can be arranged. We're not talking yet about the money, because we haven't thought about the plan itself. But once we have a plan, I can apply for funding. Okay? So this is a part of this. Okay? So once we have a plan to do something, of course, everybody that will participate in working on this will be paid. Okay? Because if people won't be paid, it will not happen. And we will never do something that people will not be paid for. Okay? So now I think that like today we can like maybe think about like coming with a plan. Then I can take the plan and present it to people from, for example, from the Finnish embassy and from some cultural organizations in Finland that can help us putting it up. And they are willing to. I already talked with them, and they are willing to. We just need to think about like a plan.
மக்களை விழிப்புணர்ச்சி பண்ணணும்னா சொல்றது தான்.
Now we have to draw the attention of the higher. See, the problems are there. It is like a smog. It's not visible to them because they are not interested. Nobody is interested to solve the local problem.
Yes, but we are not aiming for the Indian government. We are aiming for people from other places that will come to KGF and would see that. And also, of course, for the people of KGF to maybe create another sort of viable possibility for any sort of like for earning some sort of money. I don't know what kind of like what kind of solution will it be. Maybe it would be only temporary, this specific project, but maybe it would also well, these are my wishes, but of course I'm just a dreamer. like maybe it will also be able to help to build here some sort of tourism facilities. Maybe we can only make the first move and see where it goes. I cannot promise anything because I'm only just a scholar in a university.
Yeah.
So I'm not a government clerk that tells you, yeah, we'll bring you this money and that. I can tell you that we can try to create something special, and it might attract people that would like to invest even more. But also, as I said, if we try to think about like a plan, how to make a proper plan, I can apply myself also for funding. That I know already places that I can ask.
Apart from this, the influencing factor on the people, that is environment, sanitation, safety, drinking water, that people have not full knowledge of it. They require health education on water, education on health, like that is required. First, you have to move to them, how it is affecting the people. Say about drainage, safe drinking water, and wind. It is a mode of transmission.
But now I would like you to discuss. Now everybody are discussing with me. I would like you to discuss how you think I will move.
No problem. Please explain. Please explain.
I want to hear
நீங்க
you
டிஸ்கஸ்
as
பண்ணுங்க இன்னும் என்கிட்டயே பேசுறீங்க நீங்க
Wait.
நீங்க டிஸ்கஸ்
I
பண்ணுங்க
wanted to tell one fact.
Yes.
Please take it.
Yes.
Before British people, in the year of 1880, before that, India is not one country. Never. This is of 56 kingdoms. 56 kings have ruled the India. For the administration purpose, British people made one country named as India. India is named by the British people only. It is not at all. It is a country of more languages. So many languages, different of languages, different of culture, different of habits, different of foods even, everything.
Multicultural, plural society, simply.
Only after British people entered into this, for the administration purpose, he made the 56 kingdoms in one name. So many languages, I do not know whether anywhere in India so many languages are available. India is having so many languages.
Yes.
See, we have started agitation against the way for one purpose. Language means without language, no human being will be existed in the world. Only language make difference between animals and human being. Is it not? No cow, no lion, or no donkey, or dog, or so. They are not at all. Only men will speak.
Yes.
If there is no language, means there is no word in the dictionary human being. Is it not?
Yes, it is, because
For
language
that,
is
yes.
the most
Language
essential
only
symbolism
symbol
of like virtual assets.
or
And
otherwise,
virtual assets are something that are unique to human beings.
without language.
Common virtual assets.
We were also here one kind of animal. If there is no language in the world, it seems. So this I do not know whether this is to be expected or no. Only சொல்லலாம். We have started the Kannada people, this Karnataka people made a law the people, those who are living irrespective of languages, must read Kannada only. No other language should be allowed to speak or write or to learn. For that, we have found a procession by the students of this KGF people. We have started a agitation against the government. You cannot impose your own language. We have got our own mother tongue. So many mother tongues are there in the Karnataka state, in India, commonly. So we have agitated. Because of the agitation, 120 or 30 people have been got the bullet. Police people. Because of the police people, they have fired like anything on the procession people.
That was also written in your book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4 people have died. 120 people have been caught in
All these stories he knows and he has read it. But what we are going to discuss is what he wanted is he wanted to bring about awareness in this place. He came for studies, but he wanted to bring awareness about your own problem. Unless the local people discuss and come to a conclusion about their own problem, others cannot do anything. That is his view. So we need to involve in our problem and what we are going to do for that. And you have a discussion with yourself. Don't talk to me. I already given a discourse. You discuss that and tell me what he says. Is that? Now, what we are going to do, he says, by using theatrical forms, we can bring awareness to the people. So for that, you have to make a plan. If you need any financial assistance also in future, after you have a plan, I can also help you. That's what he is telling. So, to bring awareness, as a local people, what are the plan we are going to make? As Pushparaj is quoting here, unemployment problem is there. As Sir is telling, language issue is there. Drinking water problem is there. Even we don't have permanent residence. We are in mining area, rented buildings, and they have not owned the buildings. They have not given the buildings to the people. All these issues are there. To address these issues, to bring awareness to our people, what we are going to do. If you plan out anything, and I am here to help you. That's what Mr. Rohi is telling. I hope so. So,
Totally correct.
yeah. So, you can tell your views about that. What we are going to do for that.
Sorry, first of all, I beg your pardon because I came late.
It's okay.
So what I understood is that you wanted to have an entertainment. The program should be just like an entertainment day. In that entertainment, our motto and our basic idea is not to give entertainment to the people, but through the entertainment, we wanted to bring some changes required for the people. For that people, how we can get money, funds, or other supports. For example, money and others like that, you can get from your country and other avenues like that. What you meant?
How could it be?
No.
What he says is, he have his
You
own.
mentioned, but
இல்லைங்க சார் நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்
It's not exactly entertainment. It's not exactly.
இல்ல அவர் என்ன தெரியுமா
Just disguised. It's apparently.
apparently it's video, but basically through that entertainment, we have to bring out all these problems faced by the people.
இல்ல அவர் என்ன சொல்றாருங்க, he knows his own people there. He is not going to contact government also.
Yes.
He has got his own people. The people, those who are interested in these things are there. Those people he will contact. For example, in Finland and all, there are people, known people. I can contact them and ask their assistance, financial assistance, and help if you have a plan. If you have a plan, this entertaining in sense, people will not take raw things, you know. So some entertainment should be there, but the core issue should be our problem.
Yes.
அதுபோல் ஏதாவது ஒரு நாடகங்களோ ஸ்ட்ரீட் பிளேவோ ஏதாவது நீங்கள் பண்ணி பிளான் பண்ணி அதை தயாரிச்சிங்கன்னா நான் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுறதுக்கு கூட தயாராக இருக்கிறேன்னு சொல்கிறாரு.
இது ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணணும்.
ஆமாம்.
And more specifically, like how to focus it now is like I'm asking, like what sort of materials do you already know that discuss the issues, like materials that already exist within like the cultural history of KGF, poems, screenplays, and many other things that like connected to it that already represent the problem, and we can maybe reenact.
Yeah.
So these are things that like I would be interested like to hear about now in this discussion.
அதான் வாட் பிளேஸ் we have already done. நாடகங்களோ மற்றதெல்லாம் ஏற்கனவே நம்ம பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம். அதுங்களெல்லாம் நீங்கள் சொன்னீங்கன்னா அது போல் செய்து நாம் அவேர்னஸ் கொண்டு வரலாம் அப்படின்னு அவர் சொல்கிறாரு. அது நீங்கள் என்ன செய்ய போகிறீங்க அதுக்குன்னு கேட்குறாரு. வாட் யூ ஆர் கோயிங் டு டூ, யூ டிஸ்கஸ் அபவுட் தட் he says.
Yes. What do we already have? What sort of materials do we already have that we can use?
Yes. The presentation should be in the form of entertainment.
It's in the form of a theater play.
Play நாடகங்கள் சொல்கிறாரு அவர்.
This form of
Theatrical play.
நாடகங்கள்.
kind information.
Theatrical.
Kind information, dramas and some social lectures and all. It will not serve the people. Never. My idea is, I am 85 now. I have seen so many dramas, so many meetings, so many discussions. Never helped the poor people. See, we went against the government order regarding language to the Supreme Court also, Supreme Court of India. They have ordered, no, your order is imperfect. It is not at all useful. Every man is having his own right to speak his mother tongue. They have ordered. Are they doing it now? No.
What should be done சொல்லுங்க. Suppose
Yes.
these dramas and all is not working out, what should be done?
Sir, one 5 minutes நான் பேசுறேன்.
Let him finish it.
sorry.
What should be done? This is one of the
together to do something. That's all. We have, first of all, we have to unite together. We should not have any difference between us. Then only some fruitful will be happened. Maybe happen that too.
after uniting,
After
we all will
uniting,
unite.
we will discuss what to do, what not to do.
What do you mean by uniting?
Uniting in form of language, the problems of the KGF people.
He says all the people should unite and come together. All
Difference
should
of
come
opinions
together
will
first.
Not serve the purpose.
All sporadic groups are there here and there. Small groups cannot do anything. So all peoples must join together and come together, then we will discuss about the program, then proceed with that. That's what he's telling.
But how can all the people come?
Yes, sir. Your nation or the world nations having so only little difference of opinion. But here in India, language, caste, bloody caste,
Yes.
caste, too many castes. See, untouchability is also here in the 2018. Untouchabilities are available in the nation. How can a man should not touch the other man?
சரி உங்களுக்கு முடிஞ்சிச்சு
Sir, ரைட்டுங்க. To bring about the people, we need to bring first awareness.
Yes, please.
We need to bring awareness.
We have,
Yes.
சார் 2200 இயர்ஸ் ஆயிடுச்சு தங்க சுரங்கத்தை தொடங்கி. அந்த தங்க சுரங்கத்துக்கு மாத்திரம் இந்த நாட்டுக்கு 5 ஆண்டு திட்டத்திலிருந்து எல்லாத்தையுமே செய்திருக்கிறவங்க கோலார் தங்க சுரங்க தொழிலாளி தான். அந்த சுரங்க தொழிலாளி எல்லா வகையிலும் ஒரு நாடு முன்னேற்றத்துக்கு எல்லா வகையிலும் உதவி செய்திருக்கிறான். ஒரே ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் பல முறை சொல்லியிருக்கிறேன். நாடு விடுதலையான உடனே நேரு போயிட்டு ரஷ்ய நாட்டில் 10 வருஷத்தில் அந்த நாடு எப்படி முன்னேறிச்சுன்னு பார்த்துட்டு அந்த 5 ஆண்டு திட்டத்தை இங்கே கொண்டு வந்து 5 ஆண்டு திட்டத்தை போட்டார். 5 ஆண்டு திட்டத்தை போட்டு எல்லா நாட்டிலையும் கையேந்தும் போது யாருமே பணம் கொடுக்கல. அப்போ பிரிட்டிஷ்காரன் கூட இந்த நாட்டிலேருந்து நான் எதை வச்சுட்டு கொடுக்கட்டும் கடன் கொடுக்கல. அப்போ அவர் நேரு 5 ஆண்டு திட்டத்தை ஏற்படுத்திட்டு பேசாமல் உட்காந்து இருக்கும்போது ஆர்கே சண்முக செட்டியார் சொல்கிறாரு, ஃபைனான்ஸ் மினிஸ்டர், நான் நம்ம சுரங்க தொழிலாளி 40,000 பேர் வேலை செய்கிறாங்க, அவங்க கொடுக்குற தங்கத்தை எடுத்து பெங்களூருக்கு எடுத்துகிட்டு வந்து பாம்பேக்கு எடுத்துகிட்டு போய் லண்டனில் இது பண்ணி ஓப்பன் மார்க்கெட்டில் கோல்டு சேல் பண்ணிவிட்டு கோல்டை விற்றுட்டு நம்ம தங்க சுரங்கத்தை நடத்தலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு தங்க சுரங்கத்தை அப்படி இது பண்ணத்தான் 5 ஆண்டு திட்டம். இன்றைக்கி 12வது 5 ஆண்டு திட்டம் கூட மோடி கவர்மெண்ட்டு அதை ஒழிச்சிடுச்சு, 13வது 5 திட்டத்தை எடுத்துடுச்சு. நான் எதுக்கு சொல்கிறேன்னா, அந்த நாட்டுக்கு, இந்த நாட்டினுடைய முக்கியமான திட்டத்துக்கு எல்லா வகையிலும் தொழிலாளிகளை எல்லா வகையிலும் முன்னேற்றத்துக்கு காரணம் எஜுகேஷனுக்கு, சமூகத்திற்கு, கல்விக்கு, மருத்துவமனைக்கு, இப்படி எல்லா வகையிலும் உதவி செய்வோம் நம்ம தங்க சுரங்க தொழிலாளி. அந்த தொழிலாளி இன்றைக்கி 15 ஆண்டு காலமாக சுரங்கத்தை மூடிட்டு கண்ணீரில் வாழ்கிறான். அதுக்கு அது ஐயா சொல்கிற மாதிரி அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு புரட்சியை ஏற்படுத்தணுன்னா நம்ம ஒரு 20 மீட்டிங்னாலும் நம்ம போடணும். இன்னும் சில அமைப்புகளை சேர்த்துக்குன்னு ஐயா சொல்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு புரட்சியை ஏற்படுத்தணும். அள்ளிக்காடாவில் ஒரு கூட்டம், ஆண்டர்சன்பேட்டில் ஒரு கூட்டம், கோரமண்டலில் ஒரு கூட்டம், மக்களை விழிவுபடுத்தி நம்ம இப்படிலாம் ஏமாற்றப்பட்டிருக்கிறோம், நம்ம தாழ்த்தப்பட்ட தொழிலாளி 6,000 பேர் செத்துருக்கிறோம். இப்படிப்பட்ட இதிலெல்லாம் நம்ம விழிப்புணர்ச்சி எடுத்து நமக்கு வேண்டிய உரிமைகள் மொழியிலையோ பண்பாட்டிலையோ இல்லை எல்லா வகையிலும் நமக்கு கொடுக்க வேண்டிய தொழிற்சாலைகளோ எல்லாமே நமக்கு கிடைக்கணும்னா நம்ம ஒரு புரட்சியை ஏற்படுத்தணும். நமக்கு வேண்டிய வீடுகளுக்கு சொந்தமாகல. டெல்லி வரையிலையும் போயிட்டு நம்ம அந்த அமைச்சர் பார்த்து கேட்கும்போது 3 மாதத்தில் வீடு கொடுக்குறேன்னு சொன்னார் வெங்கையா நாயுடு. மோடி கவர்மெண்ட்டில் இருக்கிற சுரங்க அமைச்சர் சொன்னார், எங்கள் 6 பேர்கிட்ட கூடி சீக்கிரம் விருப்ப ஓய்வு VRS மணி இன்னும் கொடுக்கல, விருப்ப ஓய்வு பணம் கொடுக்குறேன்னு சொன்னாங்க. இதுவரையிலும் தொழிலாளி கொடுக்கல, தொழிலாளியும் பேசாமல் இருக்கிறான். அப்படி இது பண்ணோன்னா நம்ம ஒரு பெரிய புரட்சியை, பெரிய ஒரு கூட்டத்தை நம்ம மாத்திரம் இல்லை சில அமைப்புகளை சேர்த்துக்கிட்டு ஐயா அவங்களெல்லாம் பேசினாமல் போதும். ஒரு ஆண்டர்சன்பேட்லேயே, என்ட்ரிஸ்லேயே, கொரமண்டல்லையே ஒரு 10 நாளைக்கு 10 கூட்டத்தை நம்ம போட்டு அவங்கள விழிப்புணர்ச்சி பண்ணி இந்த மக்களுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல எதிர்காலத்தை உருவாக்குறதுக்கு நம்மளாம் பாடுபட்டு அது கட்டாயம் ஆகும் என்று நான் தெரிவிக்கிறேன்.
He is suggesting about public meetings. We have to conduct lot of public meetings and make propaganda about our issues, bring awareness. Not only theatrical forms, public meetings also will help, he says, to bring awareness.
நாங்கள் என்னென்ன செய்திருக்கிறோம், நம்ம ஹெல்ப் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம், கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு நம்ம ஹெல்ப் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம், அவங்க நமக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணட்டும், அதுதான் நம்ம கேட்குறோம்.
So it is better to go to the people
அவ்வளோதான்.
and collect with them in a systemic sampling method. Survey. Go to survey, door to door. What is the problem of patient? How many of them? And how many of them? An appointment. Like that, we'll have to visit the problem and try to solve it.
Yeah, this is I understand, but I am not here to solve problems.
Yeah,
I'm not the government.
You are going to
Yeah.
take the message.
That point everybody should
அவ்வளோதான்.
going to take the message.
இது போகணும்.
I'm here. I'm not promising any sort of I'm not trying to solve the problems of KGF. I am not a government official. I am not aid organization. I am not an NGO. I do not know anything about these things.
Okay.
So I do not intend to even try to think about solving the problems. What I can do, what I wish to do, is to think how we can maybe also not only raise awareness. Raising awareness is one benefit of this project. Another benefit is to create a place, a dignified place that will represent KGF history and will attract people from all over at least from other places of India and maybe from all over the world, for other tourists as well, that would come and to visit KGF itself because it's a place that deserves to be known. To be known of its cultural qualities, history, and of course also of its problems. But it's not a political act per se. It's also a political act. It is definitely also a political act, but it's not. I'm not trying to arrange a new party or something like this, or a new union. It's just
Because as a locals, our mind will go like that only because we are facing the problem.
Yes.
It should be addressed and it should be solved. We
Yes.
are in urgent to solve our problems. Our youths are without employment, and they are going to Bangalore 80 kilometers every day. They are traveling. Neither they are here nor in Bangalore. So they have to get settled here in the local place. They need to generate the employment. Government how to do. So as a local people, we need to fight. We need to agitate. That is there. But in your case, we understood you. You came here for studies, and we appreciate your goodwill. And at least you say you should bring awareness to the people to address the issues. And this should be made as a worthy place to visit by the foreigners so that others can come and understand us, and it will become a good tourist place also. This we will support, no problem. But as a local people,
Yes, I deeply understand why everybody are like getting attracted into the clear political discussion itself. I really understand it. And specifically as like when a foreigner comes here and says like, okay, let's make some theater. I understand.
Yes.
That's why I try to make it. That's why I didn't. I don't want to take such an active part in the discussion, and I want it to be like that. You would be like more of like the people who conduct it, but also, of course, that I'm here for like making something different and not to make like another demonstration or something like this. But the agitation, I think that the agitation can also come through the
Discussion.
play. Agitation can also come through art.
Yeah, that is the initial stage. I can understand. So அவர் என்ன சொல்றாருங்க, to bring people,
அதுதான்
these theaters can work. You know, அவங்கள சேர்க்கறதுக்கு நாம இந்த நாடகங்கள், கலை இதெல்லாம் பயன்படும். அதை பயன்படுத்தி அவங்கள கொண்டு வரலாம்னு சொல்றாரு. அது ஒன்றும் தப்பு இல்லை.
இந்த இதெல்லாம் கூட்டம் போடுறது நாடகத்து மூலியமா இது பண்ணிட்டு ஒரு பெரிய பேரணி நடத்தும் பாரு, அள்ளிக்கடையிலேருந்து பொரிசேஷன். அந்த பொரிசேஷன் பண்ண பேரு அந்த இது பெரிய இதுவா இருக்கணும். அப்படி பண்ணாதான் அந்த போராட்டம் மக்களுக்கு
அதை நம்ம இணைச்சிக்கலாம். நம்மளுடைய போராட்டங்களை நம்ம இணைச்சிக்கிட்டேன். அவர் சொல்றது என்னன்னா, அவங்களுடைய லிமிட்டேஷன்ஸ் இருக்குங்க. அவர் ஏதோ படிக்க வந்தவருங்க, அவ்வளவுதான். அவர் என்ன சொல்றாரு, அதுல கொஞ்சம் அதிகமா அக்கறை எடுத்துக்கிறாரு, அவ்வளவுதான். அவர் என்னன்றாரு, என் சக்திக்கு உட்பட்டு நான் என்ன பண்ண முடியும்னா, ஏதோ ஒரு நாடகங்கள் அது இது போடுங்க, லோக்கல்ல ஏற்கனவே பண்ணி இருக்கிறீங்க, அதை பண்ணீங்கன்னா மக்களுக்கு ஒரு விழிப்பு வரும், அவங்க சேருவாங்க. அவங்க சேர்ந்த பிறகு நீங்கள் அவங்கள பேரணி பண்ணுறதோ பொலிட்டிக்கலாக கொண்டு போகிறதோ அது சாத்தியப்படும். அது நிறைய என்ஜிஓக்கள் கூட அப்படி தான் சொல்கிறாங்க. ஏன்னா மக்கள் ஒன்று சேர்றதுக்கு வர்றதில்லை அவங்க. ஸோ டு பிரிங் தம் டுகெதர் தீஸ் கல்ச்சுரல் ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ் ஆர் ரிக்வயர்டுங்கிறது தேவை.
பட் ஒன் திங், திஸ் வில் ஹெல்ப் இன் எனி அதர் பிளேசஸ் பட் நாட் இன் KGF because so many agitations, you know pretty well. What are all they have sacrificed the lives also to protest against the illegal things which was happened by the government or this thing. See, if I go to take a procession means, if I wanted to take a procession, I mean we want to take a procession, nobody is there except Tamilians. The other language man will not support it. For general cause also, so many differences of people here we are living. Language, casteism is worse in this particularly place. Tamil Nadu, that is most worst place for casteism. Casteism will divide the people. Divided the people. Casteism is worst. I do not know whether casteism in any other country in the world. This is worst place.
It's in different form.
Different form, but
form.
not in the name of caste. Untouchability is even in a man should not touch the other man. What is this? Is it a country?
I will tell you a different story, okay? In Israel, Some people see Arabs as animals. Some people see Jews as animals. Some people say that these people are not worthy of living. These people are not worthy of living. So much hatred in the world,
Then
in many
Go
places.
to Germany, there is anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
For example, there are like so many in Africa. There are tribes that are killing each other all the time. I think that in all over the world there are like many, many, many challenges, and I think that like if we can like do anything from our point of view as scholars, as people that know something, to try to make things a little bit better, to try to open other people's eyes to what we see, what we already see, it's a very small step, and even if it doesn't bear fruits, we tried, you know, we tried to make something happen. And I know that like peace in the Middle East is something that is almost impossible. Maybe will never happen. But people are still trying. People are always trying. And this is also in KGF. It is the same. There are many, many things that never changed. But people always try to make, through education and through culture, to make people understand where are they from, and how they are connected to other communities in here also. And it's in any place it's like this. We are not different and we are not special. We are just simple people sitting in a room and thinking how to make something that we already see as that has some importance, how to bring other people from other places to here to see it as well, and to acknowledge it. Because through acknowledgement, through knowledge from decent people like you, other people can gain more like open view of the world, and maybe also it will influence them in making some political choices. Maybe, I don't know, but hopefully it might help. I'm not claiming to be a savior for anyone, especially not for myself. So
see, yeah, one part is gold mines. So another part is, for the purpose of engaging semi-skilled labor, no technical labor. Karnataka Industrial Area Development Board, they have started industrial estates in KGF at one place. What happened is, almost many of the sheds are closed, no production. Technical people who are working now, more than 300 people, they become jobless also. Then some medium scale industries, not small, medium scale industry, they come forward to establish industries in KGF. Those industries were diverted to other places,
wait.
Because of this unity.
because of
Disunity.
politicians. Not that one, that was the reason, because of political interference. Major industry, that Volvo and other thing. Now, from those places, they are sending buses to pick up laborers from KGF. Because here we have trained laborers, technically qualified people. So these people go from here to there to work. So, what was a remedy for this unemployment, that also has been lost. Industrial area, no production, because the neighbor, that is BEML, no? Public sector, they have to give certain percentage of works to the small scale industry to develop. So there also, it was not supported by the major industries. So this is also closed. So Bharat Gold Mines closed, industrial estate closed, medium scale industry which were supposed to come here also closed. Added to that, some of the offices, the recruitment process they're also biased. So in many of the offices we cannot see our people. KGF people, Tamilians worked under the ground. But the people who came from other parts of the state, they worked above at the surface in the offices only. they don't want to risk their lives by going under the ground. They wanted all the jobs, white collar jobs. They were engaged in only offices. So this kind of bias and partiality by the management, no, paved way for the struggling, suffering of our people.
These
So
are
it is not only BGML.
These are all our
technical.
issues.
Now,
It is available
BGML,
issues.
the government has come forward and they offered for a survey how to revive the industry. So they have conducted a survey. It is under cold storage. Whether the viability, they are not disclosed. So as you say, tourists, they will come and enjoy and go, just like people who go to Andaman, Andaman Nicobar Islands. They will see the tribal people, study, that's all enjoy and come. Even if the tourists come here, it is not a question of income. It will not be for the purpose of survival of the KGF people. Someone will come, they will enjoy the underground or other surroundings, enjoy and go. Only that much.
What do you say?
Tourism, it becomes a tourism center. People will come, enjoy the structures, see that under cages, mines, and these dumps. They will go under the ground for more than 1,000 feet and all. They will enjoy and go. But for livelihood of the people, more than 1 lakh people, mining employees what? It will not give any solution. Okay.
It's
So,
not a solution, but
that's
it's
not
not.
solution.
But also, I'm not talking
That's what
about normal tourism.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about digestible tourism. About like tourism will just like people will enjoy the views and like will this is the nice
Take
KGF
order,
club. We'll
nice,
see the pool tables.
See,
It's not.
I have seen people.
I'm not talking about this.
No, even I have seen people.
Mm.
They take videograph. They go in that this roads and all. No, they take all the videographs. They edit, publish, get fame and name and money. Like that they do. They use this place for that one.
Yes, like the movies that were like shot in the dump.
Yeah,
Of course.
that's why they are using.
That was actually very interesting because what happened is that like they waited for this last KGF movie to be to finish shooting before they planted the seeds. So that was
That's what he's telling.
Yeah.
There are some people also do this.
But this is not for other people's benefit.
Yeah.
This is
Camera மறைக்கிறீங்க.
Particularly, sir,
அந்த பக்கம்
particularly,
நீங்க சொன்ன
this is
ப்ராப்ளம்
cosmopolitan.
சரிதான்.
Cosmopolitan city, irrespective of caste, creed, color, language, everything.
yes.
So, getting unity is very most impossible. That's what people.
I don't think anything is impossible in the world. I believe that everything is possible.
Systemic sampling
That's what I believe. Everything is possible.
எப்படி போறாங்க அதெல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு யார் சர்வ் பண்ணதுக்கு இருக்காங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த லைக்லி மைண்டட் பீப்புள் எடுத்துன்னு வந்து அவங்களோட இணைந்து
நம்ம விருந்தினர் அவருக்கு
அவர் கொண்டாந்துருக்காரு என்ன பண்றது?
No, even if I wanted to say something, either it may be a repetition of what I have written in the book or
It's okay.
whatever is already said by my learned superiors. But still, the core reason for our people being in backwardness is the language oppression. See, we are descendants of Tamils. Our forefathers were from Tamil Nadu, whereas this is not Tamil Nadu. The state language here is Kannada and our language is Tamil. And this state oppression, unless we get rid of this language oppression, I don't think we will be able to come up equally with the other people of the majority of the state. You are well aware, when our forefathers left the Madras president, that is the present Tamil Nadu, casteism oppression was very worst at that time. Just to get rid of that oppression, they migrated to this place, hoping for earning a livelihood under the British industries, because British people are not caste, they don't exercise casteism but we have faced colonial oppression in other forms, and being a labor class people, we have suffered very worst labor oppression. That part was it. But as long as British people ruled here, we never faced any kind of casteism or language problem. And only when the British left India, then came the administration shifted to the Indians. All these nasty things like casteism, language oppression, everything started engulfing our interest. And now, as of now, KGF, our language is Tamil, which is a majority in Kolar Goldfield.
It is a majority.
It's a majority in Kolar
100%.
Goldfield.
But now it
But
is
in
not
the
like
state,
It's
that.
not.
Sir,
no.
as far as my
No,
knowledge is concerned,
Still, it's a majority.
Tamilians are 85%.
It's a majority.
When the British people came here.
But the,
When the
but the-
But now it has been reduced because of the political power.
but the state language is Kannada. And the only core reason for the state government keeping us in utter backwardness is language bias, prejudice.
Casteism, language.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
They impose
Ah,
their alien culture and language on us. And we are not given freedom of our mother tongue. And maybe if the state government wanted us to join the mainstream. That means you forget your mother tongue, you join Kannada, the mainstream, which we are not ready to accept. That point is there. You know, before coming over here, must have gone through this book and all.
yes.
And unity, we speak of, that's all. And practically what is that we have done for affecting this unity is
So what you say so far is that language is the main
main
issue
backdrop.
when if you want to create a mediated performance. What language will it be?
Hmm?
Right? Because the language is like the barrier between people.
Yes, sir. It
Yes.
is a very big problem here
Yes.
in KGF.
On that basis only we are suppressed.
சொல்ல இவருக்கு இது பண்ணிட்டாங்க.
We are suppressed
என்ன இது
since
பண்ணாங்க.
many decades.
Yeah, now
So then, like, what nowadays? What are the percentages of like languages in KGF? What kind of like what is the population now?
Tamil population. We have two demarcation in Kolar Goldfield.
That I have see, one incident was happened.
Last 27th
The capital.
January.
27th February, one incident has been happened in Bangalore. Our brother,
பிரச்சனை.
he worked in this place as a postmaster here. He retired, went to Bangalore. There,
Tamil
Tamil Sangam is there.
Mm.
Tamil Sangam. It is,
திருவள்ளுவர்.
of course, it is a very big organization. He joined with a procession. Slogans were, many slogans
Announcement.
they have
It
been
is not slogan.
No.
He was announcing in the auto
Next day.
publicity
Next day
about the
procession.
next day's program.
Mm-hmm.
So he was announcing in Tamil.
Mm.
So one man came across and threatened him, showing as if he is a police person. No, it is something like the cows for the cows protection. No, they are being like that. You know, he came and questioned him. Why you are announcing in Tamil?
Tamil.
This is Karnataka. Why you should like that? See, what is the democracy? What is the constitution? Some Kannada people know they take language issue into their hands. They take law into their hands and they are suppressing Tamil. See, they will not question in a mosque a Muslim when he is announcing, no, when he is praying with a microphone, loudspeaker. Nobody will question.
Procession கூட.
The procession they will go. They will not question them. Only Tamils they will come and question. You should not speak Tamil in Karnataka. They will find this is Karnataka. And also, you know, if they go to other part of Karnataka, no, coastal area, there only Tulu and Konkani is spoken language. No Kannada. There they will not question why you are speaking in Konkani or why you are speaking in Tulu. They will not. If they go to Belgaum area, it is only Marathi. They will not ask them why you are speaking in Marathi.
Mm.
But only when we speak in Tamil, they come against Tamilians.
Why? Because there is a, I may be wrong by telling this.
Mm.
Why? Because Other places, Kannadigas are not so violently they are suppressed. Here, the Tamilians are not having unity, so that they wanted. But they reserved. In the constitution, it has been reserved to speak, read, live in the country. Any language, any
in the Indian constitution.
it has been reserved. Even then, the people are not accepting or obey the constitution.
So why are the Tamilians not united in
That's what.
KGF?
Not now. From the beginning, I do not know what the reason.
As a leader, what he did, he
Is it a caste? Is it a caste
I'll
issue?
tell you.
Casteism is there.
Caste issue.
Yes.
No, casteism comes second. Language is the worst.
First, but Tamilians speak all.
I'll tell you.
Take it easy.
You may be knowing, you must be knowing. Tamil is one of the oldest language of the world, you know. When we say that, these people doesn't want to digest it. They don't want to accept it. They say our language, Kannada is, they don't want any supremacy to come over their language. But the whole world has accepted Tamil is one of the ancient language of the world. The main core reason for the government's keeping our people in utter backwardness is language, because we are Tamilians, we are not, we are doomed of all our interests.
The gold mines, 6,000 Tamilians is death. Already over 6,000 numbers.
But other than labor oppression during British period, we never experienced any kind of caste oppression, apartheid or Negroism or language issue.
Because only Tamil people are majority workers of the KAM.
And when the mines was started in 1880s, this was the dangerous profession in the world, And no native Kannadiga people wanted to join this industry because of the dangers involved. And it was because of this Tamils migrated from Madras presidency who wanted to live. They wanted to get rid of the casteist society there in the Madras presidency. They, with the hope of earning a livelihood, they migrated to this place, joined the British-owned industry. They thought British people are educated.
Sir, many are not migrated because there was this industry by the Tamils, They were familiar with this one. They identified similar people. So similar people are there, so they were adopted. But the ancestors, they were here, Tamilians. They did this job by exploration of mines and all. See, for any instance, for survival, people will move from one place to another, they will return. See, for instance, suppose if the Britishers have brought some people from there, it is their responsibility to protect their language, culture, health, everything. Once their contract is over, they should have sent them back, keep them safely there. Is it not? That the British have not done. They brought, they killed here. But only part of the people came from there. But many are from here, because history says the Tamil kingdoms ruled here. So, not all are migrated due to casteism and all.
But one thing,
There are cemeteries, you can see people from Tanjore has come here. People from Trichy has come here. They are all upper caste people, if I could say. In the cemetery we can see. I have seen the cemetery. They have come from Tanjore and other places. Maybe only from this Arcot side, they would have suffered. But they are all upper caste people. Why they should come here? There is no casteism for them. But it is due to the skill of the people. They have come here for work. See, after industrial revolution, during 1960s, many people from from Kerala and Tamil Nadu has come and joined in major industries, HAL, BL, IT and all, Majority are only Keralites and Tamilians. Because industries were started, but no Kannadiga resource persons. So to get employment there. So these people, Tamilians and Keralites were ready to get job. So they have joined. Like that only, Here also, our people were ready to work here along with the existing local people, Tamilians.
Now, sir, present situation, northern people, most of the northern people, northern people, I mean, beyond Bombay. This is South India, northern people, northern state people. Now, they wanted to dominate this place. So, if you go to Bangalore, particularly the capital city of Karnataka, you can see
Bigaris.
as much as of
Bigaris, people
Bigaris,
from Rajasthan
Uttar
state.
Pradesh, everybody they wanted to dominate the people. They wanted to spread their own culture. The administration is for that. They are supporting. The administration, the government are supporting this.
Yeah, of course, because the government is not Indian. It's Gujarat.
Suppressing.
Yeah.
Southern Indians are suffering.
Yeah, but I'm saying like now, okay, this is the situation.
Yes.
But like so now like the question is like what would be like the focus if you want to focus on something?
For your kind information, so many organizations
Yes.
we have formed. Sir also heading a for association. He is also having many people, many organizations.
But let's say we talk. Let's say that the kind of like what I understood from the conversation as of now, that the main theme that we can like take a path through in this, like let's say in this act would be focus on of language and how language is being taught. How language was being taught in KGF through the years in different ways. And that would be like interesting. I'm just asking because this is like what I'm hearing what you say, and I'm trying to understand. And that language might be the dominant factor that
Really?
that was, of course, that if we look at like how it was taught in schools here through the years, let's say through the last 50 years, and how was it enriched by scholars and by poets and by songwriters in KGF. So if we can maybe border it to language and to see how the development of like language education in KGF maybe it can be the key to build this thing.
To become
Actually,
united.
yeah.
Sir, for your
One
kind
point.
information, in KGF, no Kannada school in the year before 20-25 years.
Yeah.
No Kannada school was there.
Mm-hmm.
No Telugu school was there. No Hindi school, one or two. For that also, no admissions. Now,
No
all
Tamil is
two in Karnataka, except Bangalore, too many educational institutions are here in KG.
Because they were like put
No.
here by the political powers.
90% people were taught with Tamil.
Mm.
Now, no single school, Tamil school is existent.
all is full
No single school.
No,
No.
19.
No.
Actually, this statistics, if you see, 1982, prior to 1982, Tamil schools were there.
Yes.
As long as English rulers were here, they were given full opportunity to study our mother tongue.
Mm-hmm.
After 1982, this government has imposed Kannada.
Oh.
Yeah. That was also mentioned in the book, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, everything,
Yeah.
everything, whatever
Yeah,
is
yeah.
being discussed,
Yeah.
you find everything there.
There was a riots and all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
After 82, all these Tamil schools were forced to close.
Mm-hmm.
It was
The
a
four
plaque
four
actually.
members firing.
All these
four
people,
members,
in KGF,
non
people
violent.
actually after losing
அதில்
his four
புக்கில் படிச்சுட்டு
lives.
Out.
booklet
It's not a
இப்போ
fear
நம்ம
in
சொன்னதெல்லாம்
the
booklet
text.
சரி.
புக்கில் எல்லாம் இருக்குங்க.
So they themselves don't want to learn Tamil because of the force from government. If you don't know
புக்கில்
Kannada,
நான் எழுதி
then you will not be
வச்சேன்.
getting any job.
அவர் என்னன்றாரு,
That fear has come to
நேரடியாக
the
அந்த
government.
மொழி தலைவர்களை
So,
ஆய்வாளர்களை
themselves don't want to
நேரடியாக
learn
சந்திக்கணும், கலந்துரையாடல்
And the
பல
Tamil
நூல்
schools,
தமிழ்
place by
தமிழ்
place were
தமிழ்
closed.
எது-
Even this is a Tamil
So
school.
now
இல்ல,
this,
இப்போ
so this is,
சரி.
இப்போ
It
வந்து வேற
was
அடுத்த
closed.
ப்ரோக்ராம்.
This is Tamil school.
and it's
Actually, this
closed
is closed last year.
last year.
Yeah, because strength has not come
no
here.
strength. Because see, parents, what Tamil parents, for your kind information, Tamil parents themselves doesn't want to join their children in the Tamil
No.
school, because if you learn Tamil, no job will be available for you. So the parents automatically wants to join their children
In English
Kannada
medium.
school.
That is
English
also not
medium.
true. Actually, Kannadigas are there, no? Those students only don't get the job. Now it is liberalized, no government jobs at all. Only 2% government jobs are there. That too they appoint on compassionate ground. So, even the Kannadigas don't get the job. All these things common people don't know. So, they leave their mother tongue. For the past 35 years, this generation doesn't know Tamil. Only they will speak Tamil,
Correct.
understand Tamil, but they cannot write and read. That is the fate of the children now. So here English medium schools are flourished now. In English medium, 3 languages are there. First language English, second language Kannada, third language Hindi.
Hindi. Mother
3
tongue.
languages they are
Mother
studying,
tongue.
Which is
and
not
they
our
don't
language.
have the opportunity to learn their mother tongue now. That is the situation in KGF. Now they cannot understand scientific concepts and all clearly and learn also, because mother tongue is so much important to understand the concepts. They have lost the foundation.
This is mad.
Yeah,
It's totally mad.
yeah. This is very pathetic too, unfortunate here. How about the future generation here? They cannot study well, they cannot study Kannada properly, they don't know proper English. No mother tongue foundation is there. That is the main reason. People could not understand
The
that.
people that cannot speak cannot change the situation.
Yeah. Now we have formed this association
Translate.
to say
Tell them.
importance of mother tongue, to bring awareness about the mother tongue. The only purpose of forming this is that. Now what we are doing is, in English medium school, there is a provision. You can take any one language as your mother tongue. There is a provision, there is a GO. We can take Tamil as one subject. Even that people don't want to do. We are bringing about awareness by conducting meetings, seminars and all other things. We are doing it now. At least they can take one subject as mother tongue, Tamil as a mother tongue. Out of 3 subjects, they can take this as a one subject. Of course, let them study in English medium only. But one subject, mother tongue, they can study. All these problems are here.
We met the director of the public instruction, that is education. We have met the director. What he is telling, we don't have any objection. You collect 25 students for a class, Tamil class. We are ready to appoint a Tamil teacher. Or is it possible by you? Like that he is asking what to do.
So our main purpose is, main aim is to gather our people. For that awareness is required. And all these associations join together and go to the people. We can do something. With that hope only we are doing it. Being the scholar, I talked what you spoke just before. You said nothing is impossible, everything is possible. I am also for this statement. Being the scholars, we should be always optimistic about anything. We have to start up our work. We should not say people will not come together. We cannot unite. Okay, these are all the past events. These are all the lessons we have studied in the past struggles. Let it be like that. Any struggle will not be necessarily will end in the success. That is the history. If you learn in history, no struggle will get definite success. Sometimes it will be a failure. Continuous struggle only lead us to the success. That's what we have learned from history. So being the scholars, being the known people, let us believe this, be optimistic and start our work. That's what I feel, as you said. Nothing is impossible. Everything is possible. What possible is there, we will start up our work. As you say, let us all join together, leaving our personal biased by the side. No association is important here. Our language is important. Let us forget other differences and all of us join together and take the language forward. That's what I feel.
And the name of this...
Even awareness program for this also is very important.
But this is what we should do.
Yeah.
Maybe even before thinking about inviting other people from other places to KGF, to make this thing for the people of KGF to understand how language and the culture and the meaning of them here is connected, is like really connect, like almost like soldier, like in with is like this is really like something that can't be departed, the language and the place itself through the culture that was already existing, that was flourishing until 82. Okay, so if we can find in the archives some materials that that resemble this like education of language in KGF through the years, and resemble the richness of Tamil in KGF through the years, and through that to build the whole play, and that the play initially would be actually for the young people of KGF, not from the people outside. Okay, because what you say now is that like one of the most urgent problems is that people are no longer studying Tamil.
Yeah.
So this, for me, when I hear this, it seems even more important than to tell people from outside to come and to be as tourists, you know? So this is something that I even more like enthusiast like into investing. So so maybe we should think about that. Do you have like any sort of like examples, anything that is on your mind of some significant poetry or significant cultural artifact that was like that you can think of that resembles? Of course, I'm sure that you know many of them, but like, is there like anything that we can like talk about now as the key, as like a specific screenplay or a specific poem that we can open through and understand like how we can proceed from? Do you think of anything?
Yeah, we have a lot of things with us. These poets were there, no? Tamil poets. They've left a lot of things about Tamil. Poems are there. The same poem can be presented in the form of a dance, in the form of a song. There are some groups already working on it. Yeah, they're already working on it. They already conducted cultural program. Here we are doing at least 2 or 3 programs per year. In that we are doing that. Stage programs, they perform dances or folk dances, traditional dances, and the poems that is used as a cine songs, cinema songs. There's some very famous songs by famous poets. All these things are already available. Very rich materials are there in Tamil. We can use all of them and present to them.
That were created in KGF.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah, we are doing it.
day before yesterday, the news has been appeared in the newspapers, all newspapers available in the Indian National. In German, all kinds of scholars research which will be the oldest language in the world. They have searched. Day before yesterday only, it has been appeared in the papers. Tamil, the language Tamil It is the only language which was spoken by the people in the early days. No other
4,500 years
language.
ago.
Not only that. See,
4,500
before
years
starting,
ago.
the British people, they intended to start the mining. They have sent 40 people, I mean Kanganis, they are calling Kanganis to appoint people to employment for the gold mines. They sent Andhra Pradesh, they sent Karnataka, they sent Kerala, even to Uttar Pradesh, Bombay. Nobody is intended to work in the mines. It is very dangerous. No, they have not at all come forward to work in the mines. In Tamil Nadu only, 90% of the people were worked in the mines. They are very brave people. Work for their community, their language, their people.
Mr. Sri Kumar has written about this Kanganis.
Everything
go
we have narrated.
This is true.
It is
Chapter
appeared in
13.
Yes.
Chapter 3.
Yeah, that's what is
I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah.
And they are working for that. The name of this organization is Karnataka Tamil Linguistic Minorities Protection Forum, through which they conduct debating, stage oratory, literary competitions, awareness program, and he, as a playwright and an actor, he employs his own methodologies to create awareness among the public, and particularly youth. And all these other scholars
So
are
we are
there.
doing it.
Because of these scholars, our knowledge in literature and society enriched.
So how about that? How about using the same mechanism that you already applied
Yeah, we'll continue
with this, well, like maybe like to develop it within this idea, in order to attract also people from outside.
Yeah.
Hmm?
We will continue that. We will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you extend your help, we will follow that. We will do that in still more larger way.
No, what you want to know is what kind of help
And
we seek from
what
you.
I want to know now is what sort of materials do you think that you can use for this kind of act? What kind of like?
That's what. What's
Material sense. You asked about the content of
Yes.
material. We are using this songs, poems, songs, and we ourselves write script about the importance of Tamil. We write why we should speak Tamil, why what's the importance. We have scripts, and there are some.
But what do you think about? What do you think about connecting that idea with portraying the history of KGF together, merging them together? The importance of learning Tamil and the importance of understanding the real history of KGF itself. Because I was, a week ago, I was in this
Jain College?
in Jain College, and these very nice students from there. I will just check that we have enough water. Yes, we have. Yes, it does. And these wonderful students were kind enough. I didn't ask them, but they were kind enough to make me a presentation about what the history of KGF is. And if you will see the presentation that they made, it will be very insulting for you.
Very insulting.
Yes.
Why? What we have done?
No, not for like they didn't accuse anyone of anything, but they were just
Accusing
putting
politicians.
images of the shafts, speaking about.
Images of the stabs they made.
Shaft.
Images of the
Mining
shafts,
shaft.
the history of like John Taylor, and
They
like
is not
talking about
focusing
how
on
the
the
bridge were
subject.
building.
They just
the-
put shafts, John Taylor, and other things.
Yeah, like what you can
So
read in
that's
Wikipedia,
what
you know.
it's in
What you
contrary to
can-
the mission
and what and
he is aiming. Oh, that way it is insulting.
Yes.
Right.
That is things that I can read in Wikipedia already, not
That
things
was
that I
not the
read in
purpose
this.
for which he has come.
Yeah, yeah.
He has come with a
Ah,
mission
understood,
aiming on something else.
Okay, okay.
That's why I avoided that to students' interaction session, because they are scholars.
Yes.
We speak
Because
reality
they are
and
exposed to that
practicality.
only. We cannot accuse them also, you know.
I'm not accusing them.
Yeah,
I am.
because
They are not the problem. They are the people that can be a part of this.
yeah.
They are the
Yes.
youth. They are the future of KGF.
No, they
That's-
are actually what is given to them is that go anywhere and ask in KGF from the resource person store, they will present these clippings,
Yeah.
video clippings. It's already done, and they just put it. That's all they know. They don't want to go into the problems of the people, customs, traditions, values.
Yes.
All these things they don't want to bother about. Any younger generation people go and ask them, what is Tamil, what is its tradition, customs, beliefs. They didn't know because they have didn't learn the language. How they come to know it? Even now the culture available is only a consumeristic culture. They don't have any concern for others. Tamils know Tamil values and tradition. If you see, they talk more about the dharma, concern for others, help others, discipline. All these things it talks about. All these things are not there among the younger generation now. They want to learn, materially they want to become strong, enjoy life, go on. Don't have any concern about others. I feel the main
Seriousness.
reason is they didn't study Tamil, its values, traditions. They didn't know. Consumerism is prevailing in younger generation. What to do?
One fact is there. That is, I am the president of Tamil Sangam here. I have started the Sangam in the year
That's Tamil
19-
Association.
19-
Sangam is
1930.
association.
For what? For the upliftment of the Tamilians.
Voice for the minority.
Why not?
Voice for the mother
But
tongue.
now, I am the president of Tamil Sangam, but I don't have any voice to propaganda it because I wanted to join my daughter in the convent school because it is well-versed institution. The teaching will be very good, so I wanted to join her in the convent. Mother, that is headmistress, she is joining the people only 4 sections. About to close this section, I start again. I wanted to ask the headmistress, Madam, I am waiting. You are not at all consider my request. Oh, what is your matter? My daughter should be taught with Tamil language. Is it possible by you? I asked. She told, oh, it is wonderful. Nobody is asking for Tamil class and all. Only one person you are asking. Is it possible for me to appoint one teacher for one student? She asked me. I failed this because of the future. The parents they are also not so bad. It is the situation. Parents have to taught their children in other language school, particularly in English. What the poet, he himself, he only given us the interest or the strength or emotion. The same poet, what he was told in his poem, Tamil mella ini saagum. Tamil will die in future.
Slowly.
He himself before
Bharatiyar.
Bharatidasan,
Bharatiya.
a famous poet.
No,
Poet.
he himself has not told that. Actually, he was taking bath in the well. Two of his friends came to see him. They were waiting for him. He is inside the well. Those two people were discussing about the Tamil. They are telling this Bharatiyar is always talking about Tamil. Tamil will not help us. If we study English, we will get the jobs and all. No scientific terms in Tamil only. But this Bharati is always telling Tamil is very important. He is not having any brain at all. That's what his friends were discussing. And he was there inside the well taking bath. Then he came out. And said this song. Actually, he accused them in that song. These two people are saying, Tamil ini mella sagum. I heard this word. I cannot tolerate this. These two people are telling Tamil ini mella sagum. I cannot tolerate it. They are telling English is better than Tamil. So, go to the other countries. What are the rich literature are there? Bring them, translate them, and put it into the Tamil. Tamil will not die. He says. He himself has not lost hope in Tamil. Some two friends said that, and he quoted that. And to protect this Tamil, what we need to do? That is history.
And if there are somebody to be blamed or accused, it's from the local politicians who play dirty politics to safeguard their own interest, ignoring and discarding the public. That's also there.
Of course, that's also like the.
And they don't
what
address
I
other
heard that
problems.
The pro-Canada politicians in Bangalore.
Yeah.
It's also people that are just using Canada in order to gain power. They don't really care about
You
Canada.
know how
They
virulent
That's the
Exactly.
reality.
if you
Yeah.
go
You
to,
understood it very
you
well.
might have seen in Bangalore, even the number will be in Kannada. Name plate in buses, everything will be in Kannada. And nobody will speak in English to you unless, other than this educated people, no Kannadiga will speak in English. If you can see the name plate of a bus also, it will be in Kannada. Your number will be in Kannada.
Yeah, that's something
That's the
different.
worst.
But now I
That's
think that
naked.
like the
My
Yeah.
grandchildren, they don't know a single letter of Tamil. Being a Tamilian, I have started the Tamil Sangam to improve the capacity, to improve the importance of the Tamil language. In my house, my grandchildren, they don't know even a single letter of Tamil. What to do?
you want to hear something interesting?
What to do, sir?
You want to hear something interesting?
They are asking, do you want to spoil our future? They are asking, what I have to do?
Yesterday, school holiday, I have collected 10 members, 10 children, 10 notebooks, 10 pen I have taken. I have starting Tamil பாட 10 பேருக்கு பாட தொடங்கி
Very good. They are doing that. We are also
வீட்டில்
doing
காலையில்
some
10 மணிக்கு
classes out of the school.
11
Tamil we are teaching.
எல்லாம்
some
10
mathematics.
கிலோமீட்டர் இது நான்
Even my daughter studied in English
நேற்று
medium only.
தொடங்கிட்டேன்
But they know Tamil. I taught them. At least in my house I should teach them.
That is there.
See, the
Yesterday
concept is people, if I tell them you learn Tamil means they think we are against other languages.
Of course not. And of course, I think that people should know Canada here if they
Name
want to
also,
work.
name
but it
also
doesn't
not
mean
Tamil.
it doesn't mean that they shouldn't
See,
know Tamil.
Yeah,
Out of
yeah.
3
It doesn't
languages,
Yeah.
see, out of 3 languages, you study Tamil, your mother tongue, then you learn Kannada, English. See, Hindi, is not useful colloquially for for any purpose here.
No. Yeah.
It's only a literal.
That's something that by the BJP tried to do.
Right, sir, you
Anga
are
vachi-
very perfectly correct.
Yeah.
The BJP people split the people
Spoil the culture.
by language, by casteism, by statism, everything. They wanted to split the people.
Yeah.
Then only they will survive in the government. They are doing it now.
Another thing, see, being a state language, Kannada is a state language, and being a citizen of Karnataka, we have to study Kannada.
Of
We
course.
don't deny it.
Yeah.
That's there. What we ask for is the right to mother tongue. That's
Yes.
all. One thing. In my own case, I'll tell you, my daughter, she's a distinction achiever in education. I have admitted my children in English medium. One thing. They have opted for Kannada as the first language. My mother tongue is Tamil. I have admitted my children in English medium, where Kannada, my children opted as the first language.
How do you feel about this?
That one thing, Kannada. The pathetic thing is, my daughter, apart from securing a distinction, out of 125, she secured 122 in Kannada. 122 in Kannada out of 125. Okay, and Kannada, some of the Kannada organizations at the headquarters of Kolar district, they organize some function for giving away some prizes and encouragements to the students who are achievers. They invited my daughter. We went there. What happened there, you know? They have felicitated, honored those people who have secured 123, 124, 125, not below 120. That my daughter has secured 122. She was neglected because
Tamil.
they asked, "What's your mother tongue?" Tamil. That's all. And in the marks card, statement of marks, even
What is this?
after this, some I'll tell you later.
Uh-huh.
In the mark sheet, English, science, social study, mathematics, something like mark, details of mark will be given. Below, part 2 of the mark sheet will show
The caste and claim.
mother tongue.
Mother tongue, caste.
Here, my daughter has secured 122 out of 125 in the state language, which is not my mother tongue. Below, unnecessarily they have asked mother tongue. I have mentioned Tamil. Even 100 to 100, if a student secures, no job will be given because you are a Tamilian. That's the reason why they ask, what's your mother tongue? Tamil. What's your total? I have secured 98% overall. But what's your mother tongue? Tamil. No job.
One
But
information.
that's quite awkward for them. It's not a good system.
Yeah, this is prevailing.
One more
Because if they want to attract the millions to speak Kannada, they need
We
to
speak.
accept the millions
No,
even
no,
before.
no. They attract, we speak, we learn, but not job. No job will be given to you. We speak.
Government job.
One information, sir, for you. See, a local man, my friend, the canteen, Mysore man canteen saying Arnachalam. His son secured, they wanted to offer gold medal. Who passed in first class or rank first. They wanted to avoid gold medal to the first rank of student. He secured first in Canada, but his mother tongue is Tamil. They called for felicitation. He went. If a Kannada student stands first, means they are offering gold medal. He is Tamilian, so they have given 2 books, sent off. This is the fate.
And there is no point in getting our children admitted to Kannada school anymore. There is
What
no
kind
point.
of books did they give?
All useless books. They will give only Kannada book, which we cannot read.
Two aspects, sir. Language and casteism.
Casteism is
Pain.
not that big problem. Language is very worst. Kannada.
Listen, even in casteism.
Casteism prevails in all the languages.
That's there.
See, these Adi Karnataka people, no? They also face casteism.
But the
also face
specific
in-
problem crushing us is language.
North Karnataka and all, no? There are very much casteism. Casteism is prevailing in all the languages.
But what do you
But
say
only
about,
Patti,
for example,
only
like about
Patti.
the 12th century
Endumani
poetry,
train,
like the vachanas in the 12th century, like in the Kannada vachanas, like Vaisiva?
Yeah, this Basavanna,
Yes.
they were very good poets.
They come under spiritual line.
Yeah, spiritual,
Spiritual,
but
eh?
very progressive in their thoughts. They didn't support this casteism at all.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a Bhakti movement also.
Yeah, Bhakti movement, of course, Bhakti movement, even that, they think progressively now. What all the beliefs that were there available on those days were shattered by them, and they would be able to form a separate sect apart from the Hindus,
Mm.
Revival movement, they were all. In that case,
Basavana was anti
all those things.
to all these bad practices. Social evils, he was very opponent,
Yeah.
and he was a great social reformer.
See, this
And
language issue, no?
But it's
Inside
I think
the
it's
religion,
interesting
you know?
that it's like kind of like it's implanted inside like the Canadian culture.
Yeah.
That's like to resist casteism and to resist. So they have it.
Actually, this Kannada have more influence of Sanskrit.
Mm.
When Sanskrit is combined with the Tamil, about 50%, it becomes Kannada. Actually, Kannada, Telugu, Tulu, all these languages, Malayalam,
Derived
all
from
these
Tamil.
languages derived from Tamil only because of a combination of Sanskrit.
and it formed a
So
Dravidian
the
group of
casteism
languages.
in, among the Kannadigas is prevailing. It is too much there. In that, this Basavanna and all came,
Yes.
and they shattered that casteism. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Backward.
It
Brew
was
at
against the
Bangalore
magic.
Metropolitan.
It was so hard on those days
Metropolitan.
to break
Brew
those
at
casteism.
BBM.
All this
But
is
it's not effective today. It's not effective
Putta.
anymore.
என்ன மொழி அது?
Solomon.
Huh?
But today it doesn't have any
Sanskrit.
effect.
No,
Because
it's having
yeah.
effect
Kannada
on
ಇಲ್ಲ,
ನಮ್ಮ ರಕ್ತ
ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ.
ಕನ್ನಡ
Basavanna,
ನಮ್ಮ
those
ನಾಡು
who are
ಕನ್ನಡ
calling Basavanna, no,
Bangalore,
they are called Linguites.
BBMP
Now,
ಅದು ಕೇಟ
they have asked for the separate
ಅದು ಏನಡ ಕನ್ನಡ
status
ಕನ್ನಡ
to their
ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ
religion. These
ಅರ್ಥ
Linguites
ಅವನು ಕೋವ வந்துச்சு
are not Hindus, they say. It is depending on Basavanna's teaching. Now, this chief minister has made it. He has recognized them as a separate language. They are not Hindus. They are
Separate
Linguites.
religion.
Have their own beliefs and customs. Recent, last week they have done that.
Just like
Yeah.
Buddhists.
ಮುಂದೆ ನಾள் ಪೇಪರ್ಲಿ
In the religion, no, the language has got lot of impact.
So that in a way it has like very interesting connection,
Yeah.
நடிக்கிறார
Yeah.
right?
It's very interesting.
If we are
Please
talking
enter.
about
Raji.
reintroducing
Prakash.
Tamil
Prakash
to
Raj.
Canada,
Prakash
the
Raj,
people
yeah,
that
உங்களுக்கு
nowadays learn
I am not
only Kannada
they are
as their main
telling-
language.
they are telling I am anti Modi.
As a sort of a
They are
bridge
telling I am
to understand,
anti
like, as between learning Tamil again
president
and,
president president
Yeah,
அவன்
yeah.
பேரு?
and having it
BJP
like
president.
by side with
BJP
Kannada.
president
Yeah.
Amit Shah.
Amit
Right?
Shah.
Yeah.
So maybe it
Shah.
can also be
They are
like in a
telling-
way a part of
What I am telling is
a way like to
recognize
rebuild this
what I
kind
am
of
telling is
Yeah.
they
But
are
we
not
can
at
do-
all Hindus.
We can do that.
అవును.
so to mix
See,
so
because
to
they
make the
are
right
making people
angle
to murder.
of like Kannadigan tradition
They
with
will not be called
Tamil
Hindus.
like scholar,
Yeah.
you know,
ಅದು top
because
report
this
ಕಾಮನ್
way you create like something which is not creating division but creating like acceptance
தமிழ்
of a certain state, the fact that you are here living in Karnataka and need like to be accepting of the culture of the local state, but as well protecting like the not like more even more important than that, protecting the language that is belonging to your history, to your to the culture that you are coming from.
Yeah.
So like maybe using it like as another bridge. This like مثلا like materials also.
It can be combined and written
Yes.
in a script.
Exactly.
Actually, 50 to 60 words if you see in Kannada, all are Tamil words. Now,
correct.
what they have done is, slowly they have Sanskritized and they slowly removed those words, Tamil words, and made it now to 40. Now if you see a Kannada language, 40 words only Tamil words. Cunningly they have played this. 40 words are there. So they don't want to bring the similarities between the languages. They wanted to split it.
So maybe we need to do the opposite.
Yeah.
Before
we need to
three,
do opposite.
before
Huh?
We need to do the opposite. We
Let's
have
do
to
the
join
opposite.
them.
Let's do the opposite.
Yeah.
before 500 years, before 500 years, there was no Kannada. Before 600 years, there was no Malayalam. Before 100 years, 1000 years, no Telugu. It was only Tamil. Now it has been.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for coming. It was
We'll see again. Okay, I
சரி நன்றி
நீங்கள் உங்கள் சைடில்
சொல்லுங்கள் சொல்லுங்கள்
சொல் பேசு
Throughout India and in ancient days, sorry, yes, I am Duraiselvan. Duraiselvan.
He's from BM.
உலக தமிழ் கழகத்தினுடைய I mean secretary.
World Tamil Academy
Secretary.
International Tamil
Secretary.
Academy.
wow.
International Tamil Academy secretary, sir.
It's a pleasure.
He has something to say.
Yes.
In ancient days, throughout India, the original inhabitants were Tamilians only. Only Tamilians. Then afterwards, Aryans, I think most of them will be discussed. They came from other countries.
South Asia.
South Asia, especially, I think. Then throughout India, our Tamil culture only were there, Tamilians only were there. Even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, that who has written the Indian Constitution, he also written in the book. Tamilians only were there. At that time, that from Kanyakumari, that the south end of India, from that they are near about 3,000 kilometers away. Now Kumari Kandam, it has gone into the sea. Earlier our that area was up to that place. From Kanyakumari to 3,000 kilometers. That is Lemuria continent. You might be heard.
You read it.
You might be heard. Lemuria continent. As I think you might
Now
be
what he
told,
says
right?
is
He has written.
the southern edge of Cape Comorin, that is India, it was linked to
அந்த நதி
Madagascar, South
Probably,
Africa
probably.
on the west side, and on the other side it was linked to Australia.
தமிழ் நாடுல இருந்தது
Australia. And that land in between Australia and India was submerged due to marine transgression.
He has written
That-
that.
Yeah. But he wants to go to Bangalore.
இது இருக்கு
Oh, okay. Yeah, you.
Who came from Bangalore? You need to go to Bangalore? Do you want to say something before you go? Before you go? Do you want to say something?
No.
Yesterday I told him that we have the meeting today. That's why he came here.
He came from Bangalore. When the same train he travelled with.
You took the same.
Okay.
சரி, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க. சொல்லு ஐயா சொல்லு.
ஐயா சொல்லுவார்.
இல்ல, அது
train
ஒண்ணு
விடக்கூடாது.
ஊத்தாக்கு விஷயம் பற்றி
சொல்லு
So
முக்கியமா
wait, before you go,
Yes, yes.
I want to ask, like maybe people like it was going for now for the last few hours. I was wondering what to which place do we continue as of now? What do you think? Can we who of you is like interested in trying to think how do we? I am here for I would just say that I am here every week. Every week I come here. Every week I come here for a day. So I would like to know if there would be any each of you or some of you that would be interested in developing with me some like plan, this like general plan of like how to make this act.
Or plan like.
Yes, if to mix the languages and what materials to use. So like to start like working with some materials.
Okay,
So start like processing, thinking of materials.
nice.
So I would really like to think one if it would be of an interest.
Oh no, you give your phone number. You will be visiting every week.
Mhm.
Okay.
And when are you leaving India?
I live in India in May, but I will come back for half a year more or even a year more.
Ah,
And as long as it would take
Ah.
to make this project
Ah.
happen.
Done.
Correct.
Because this project it would take time to make
Yes.
it
Right, right.
yes.
good. Like I'm not coming
Yeah,
to
அடிக்கடி
do something
வரேன்.
fast and go.
You,
It's
you have taken up
So,
this project
further
for
not
your
something.
studies, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
To get degrees.
Yes,
You
yes,
have to
PhD.
mention that,
Political
huh?
side,
முனைவர்
அது
பட்டம்.
இல்ல.
PhD. PhD you want.
உளவியலை
Which
இன்னும்
university, please?
மேம்பாட்டு
in Aalto University in Finland.
இவ்வளோ
Aalto
Yeah,
University.
number கொஞ்சம் போடுங்க.
அண்ணா
Aalto.
செய்தார்.
Where
It's in Finland, Helsinki,
எங்க
Finland.
அடி வாங்கினாரு அதை சரி பண்ண
அது
நான்
you have
என்ன
to
செய்ய
mention
முடியும்
the importance of the
நான்
language.
தயாரா இருக்கிறேன்
Importance of the language of the world. Not in India, even in the world. If we are not
எழுதி
speaking,
கொடுத்துறேன் ஐயா
சரி
we
எனக்கு
will be
போடுங்க.
considered as any animal among the animals. Is it not? Only men are speaking. People are speaking. No other
Yes.
creature.
But in order to create acceptance of a language, we talked about from the beginning to create unification. And in order to create unification of the people, we need to understand how to create an act in a way that would make people feel like both languages are necessary, but both of them are necessary in the same level. Now, none is more important than the other. One is for my heritage, me as like how I was raised, what is my background, where I am coming from, and another language is with that you need to live your life in a way, and you need to live your life with other people that are coming from other places, and yes, they speak Kannada, and so they're like, but this I think it's like even more empowering, like
Yeah.
to make acceptance of the both languages in same state, the same level, and both and which one language is connected and is created the culture and and was like all around building the history of KGF itself, and Kannada, which is now the language which is being spoken now also, it's also like it has some importance, but people that speak Kannada need to remember, as you say, that Kannada is also originated from Tamil. So in order to understand these kind of things, we need to have a
Real.
place for
It is
so
real
now,
only.
right?
It is real only. What
Yes.
he has told.
Yes, I believe every what you say.
Yeah.
So now, or maybe not. You should tell me. If it's
Yeah, you understood
Yeah.
correctly.
yeah. So now I think that like
உங்களுடைய நம்பர் இதுங்க
that could be a very interesting
I'm
topic, right?
good.
Yeah, it's very interesting. We will make a script and see
இப்ப
that
இவரு
it's
வந்துடுறாரு என் கூட.
staged.
Yes.
That we can
இல்ல,
kick
இல்ல,
off.
So maybe do you
Okay,
think
let-
that like for next week we can you can bring some examples of things like what we can maybe we can connect together?
வச்சிருக்கேன்.
Yeah, that I can.
Just examples of things that already exist
But,
that you
but
think
they-
that it would be interesting to connect between them.
That we can do.
Mm.
சரி,
One
அவரு
thing, sir.
இவரு
What
சொல்றாரு,
about your
கேட்டா
expensive and all?
படி.
Huh?
It is too much, is it not for you?
What?
traveling from
Expenses.
ஐயா,
You have to-
பார்த்தா
My expenses?
ஒரு
Why?
காமராஜர் வார்த்தை
no
No.
what do you want
அதுக்கு இல்லைங்க, முடிக்கல. அவன் பொண்ணு-
do your university or government provide you finance
Anything?
For what?
for your all your
expenses
travel
and all.
from Israel
Yes, they do.
they
Ah,
finance
then it's all right.
they
Your
finance
own was
They do,
single.
they do.
Yeah.
The Finnish government is very generous.
Finland like
Yes.
Ah, please write this, sir. Very
Education
important
system
this
is
thing.
very good there.
In
no?
Finland, yes,
Your-
it's very good.
Your thesis must be taken.
And it's also free.
Yeah, it's free. I learned it.
Yes.
How
Very
far
good,
you are
Also for Indians, for everybody.
Oh,
Everybody can come there and learn from
How
them.
how
Yeah.
how
Mother
the
tongue is
language
given
is
importance there.
No.
Mother tongue.
No.
No.
They study in English.
ah,
English.
that's all.
That's the
See?
part of the problem.
That's what
Go to South
But
Africa.
now it changes actually. Now people are like, if you want to like be involved in the workforce and things like that, if you want to get decent work, many times you need to speak
See,
Finnish.
we have social
But
problem
for
everywhere.
for this, let's say we study the programming in English, but you have to take Finnish courses. You have to learn Finnish. So I know Finnish. I speak Finnish.
You know
Okay.
your mother tongue.
Also,
very good.
What's your mother tongue?
Hebrew.
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 No, your mother tongue.
Sir,
one
Yes,
thing.
நான் பேசி
One
You cannot study your mother tongue in Finland.
No. But I do not demand it. I do not demand it.
See, when you go to America, there is Negroism. South Africa, apartheid is there. Great Britain, you have color bar. India, we have casteism. Added to that, we have language problem.
Yeah,
All that are
and
there.
we do the
In
minimum
any
we can to
region,
learn it.
they have their
I am-
own problem.
Sir, I am a Tamilian.
Popani.
I have to read my mother tongue.
Mm.
Just because I migrated from Tamil Nadu to Kannada, I have to study Kannada. The government, union government imposing Hindi, that I have to study. For language, for world language, I have to read English. 4 languages I have to read. But the Hindi people, their mother tongue and English,
Yeah.
2 only. For Kannada,
Hindi. and
Hindi, English, 3 languages.
Yeah.
Because of me being a Tamil, I have to read 4 languages. What this means, what is the intention?
Wipe out
Two.
other languages.
No, I have to bear 4 pounds of weight
Weight.
on my shoulder, 4 pounds. The Kannada people 3 pounds. The Hindi people 2 pounds. They will in a line have to stand for the running race. Who will win? Who will win? Only 2 pounds.
That
weighting
means he
the-
mean job opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
There
He mean
opportunity.
job opportunity.
Weighting 4 pounds of weighting on my shoulder. How can I beat them? This is the position of India.
That's national issue. Let us confine ourselves
Yes.
to here.
Come to conclusion.
KGF,
Come to conclusion.
Yes. So I think
I think he
I
wanted
was
to say
already
something.
past that.
Yes.
He wanted.
KGF at present situation, earlier days, I mean when the Britishers came here, they found that gold and everything they were declaring, and at the time regarding language I am coming, that at the time all people were studying Tamil till recent years, just over 15 years or 20 years back.
Yeah, we discussed it.
1880.
Yes.
1980.
Around that time. But now 1 or 2 schools only for Tamil schools are there.
No, it's
No, even that's close.
Even that also very
Yeah, that's close.
very few students
we
are
have
studying.
discussed
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, we
That
discussed
point
it.
we have
Okay,
discussed.
Okay.
Yes.
And economical wise, earlier almost all were earning here itself. Here all BGML was there and we were earning here.
That the gold mine industry
Gold
was
mines
there.
were there and we were earning. Now all are going to Bangalore and traveling here and there, and we are not able to stable at one place to think of that our land.
If the same condition prevails, continue, we may have to migrate out again. From KGF, we may disappear. Our identity may disappear.
So like that, our identity is it is going off. So this is a main problem.
Yeah. And that's for this. I think that I feel that you have something to say.
Camera.
Pardon?
Yeah.
I feel that you
Sorry,
have something to say.
ஏதோ சொல்றதுக்கு வந்தீங்களாமே?
No.
No, nothing.
Come to conclusion, Sona.
He is telling you to come to conclusion.
Yes. So the conclusion that I felt like it was what we started to discuss.
Yeah.
Is first I wanted to hear what was your impression of what are like my ambition, what I'm interested to do, and do I understand like that there is like an interest like in making it happen?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so you understood the problems very clearly, and you want to make awareness to the people about the issue, this core issue. Language issue is important, you feel, after the deliberations.
Yes. So I mean the connection is create an act which is about its main theme is about the language, but through the language it connects like the language, the Tamil language, to the history of KGF.
Okay.
Specifically to the history, not just the Tamil language and the
no.
history of like the Tamil language
No,
and like the Tamil
no,
people,
no.
but Tamil language and the history of KGF and the relation to Canada.
Culture.
Yes, and like the creation of this connection to this tie may raise awareness about the importance of both languages and the importance of understanding what was the real history of KGF itself. Okay, through the language. So my conclusion so far is that these are like the sort of paths that are needed to be explored, that I think that if we're interested in, that we need to find cultural and like poems and other materials and historical texts that were talking about language education through the poems and through other like cultural aspects that in a way reflected the history of KGF through the education of language. And this would be like the path of the play. Simple. What do you think?
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
You think it's interesting?
Nice,
It
nice,
was great.
interesting, nice.
Yeah?
But your your course. in
Project.
Don't think
project,
about my
even your project.
Yeah.
This must be mentioned the importance.
Yes.
That's his job. He's
Yes,
going
yes.
to do that.
No, we will write it. One day we will write it and we will one summary also we can do.
ಇಲ್ಲ, it's record ಆಗಿದೆ.
And also
No,
I
recording is
was
different.
wondering
We
about
will,
something else. This statue. So I am thinking about producing
Minus.
this
How is
thing.
that you have made this?
You know what I did?
Oh.
You want to know?
Ah,
I went with a camera.
He is also a
Around-
sculptor.
I went with a camera around the statue, around the real statue here in the one near B&M.
Highlights.
ஹைலைட் இருக்குது அந்த பேர் தொழிலாளி.
And by the way, do you know who made this sculpture?
ah.
You.
No, who made the real one?
That was done by some,
BGML?
Union.
That is women
Union.
and child. That is women
Employees
and child.
Union.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲ.
No, no,
ಇಲ್ಲ,
no.
ಇಲ್ಲ.
Drilling.
BGML தொழிலாளிದೆ.
Drilling.
Workers.
BGML தொழிலாளி சலுகை ஹைலைட் அது.
Very good.
So I was like scanning, 3D scanning?
3D.
3D scanning with the camera, and then I made it into the computer, so it is a digital model. You want to see?
Yeah.
Digital model.
Yes,
made.
it looks. I will show you. Wait. I can show you how it looks. Where is that? Okay, so it looks like this. Why does it make problems?
வீட்டுக்கு கூப்பிடுறாங்கய்யா.
இல்லம்மா.
Okay. So it looks like this.
Ah,
Okay.
same thing.
This is same.
Oh, drilling இது machine type.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ತೊಳಿಲಾಳಿ.
rock
Labor,
drilling.
labor of a mine.
And then
child and women
and then I printed it, 3D printer,
Tuition center.
and then I made a mold, silicone mold,
Oh.
and then I put plastic in the mold. So this is
How to say?
So
He is
now-
also a sculptor.
so
Very nice.
what
The statue is very nice.
you want to see?
No, I want to shake hand to you.
So
Nice.
what I think to do is to find a maker in KGF, someone that makes sculptures,
Really, sir.
and to
This is-
give.
it-
Do
this
you?
is indication.
Is there anyone in KGF that makes sculptures.
No.
Not a sculpture, someone that I can give him.
Miniature sculpt.
Yes, I can give him a mold and he can
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sculptures out of. Is there anyone?
No, they are in Bangalore.
Only in Bangalore. There is no one in KGF. There's no one that makes.
Nobody in KGF makes this.
No, but like in clay, there's no religious
There may be.
sculptures.
There may be.
Maybe there are.
They
Yeah.
may be there, but you
Yeah,
have to
one
look for the
person.
persons.
You don't know.
We have to search for it.
This is the labor of
Yeah.
underground labor.
I think
Yes.
here also one person is there.
Huh?
I think. இங்க கூட இருக்காருன்னு சொல்றாங்க.
Somebody's there.
இல்ல
Somebody is
அவர்
here.
பாருங்க.
There is someone
Yeah, yeah.
here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Achari.
Only just
Achari.
walkable distance.
Achari.
And do you think I can cooperate with him? I can bring him the mold and we can make together and I will pay him of course.
Yeah.
But like
ஒரே
it's-
செய்துகிறாருன்னா எவ்வளவு பெரிய
Ah.
இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் அவருக்கு.
That's very wonderful.
because I want
What are thanks all about?
someone from KGF to make this.
What
Of course for payment, decent payment. And
This is the symbol
and then we can sell it in the trains with poem. Like each statue will come with a poem from KGF. And we can sell it for like 100 rupees and like or like 50 rupees and all the money of course would go here and we'll think about a good cause.
No.
Huh?
This is the symbol of gold mines Kolar.
Yes.
And we'll have a group photo.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah.
Photograph.
Of course, why not?
சரி, ஐயா.
Photo எடுத்துக்கலாம்.
புகைப்படம்.
Yeah,
புகைப்படம்.
what are thanks for it?
Sir, wish you
Come on,
all the
what are
best in
thanks?
your life.
I
Come on,
will
what are
as
thanks
well.
for
Hey, we meet
What
again.
are thanks for?
Maybe we will take
தலைமை
it. Why not?
ஆசிரியர் அவர் தான் எத்தனையோ நிகழ்ச்சி நடத்தியிருப்பார். ஐயா புகைப்படம் எடுத்துக்கலாருங்க அவரோட புகைப்படம் எடுத்துட்டு ஆயிடுங்க.
நிழற்படம்.
இப்போ நிழற்படம் நிழற்படம்.
ஆகியா ஒரு சரி.
Okay, we
இல்ல
make a
thanks
group
lot of
photo.
thanks ஏதோ.
Yes.
I have the camera also.
ஆ
Okay.
எங்க
வெளியே கேட்டுக்கலாமா வெளியே போகலாமா?
Can you go out, Mr.
Maybe we can go out. Wait, I will just stop this.
Okay.
And just turn it off. But we need a place that I can do it.
You choose the place.
Maybe we can
படிக்கல.
maybe we should take a photograph here because it's very easy. No? We can just arrange the table, just clean the table.
Background light after.
I want with the yeah, this background now is a bit problem.
Otherwise, this side we can take.
Where? But here the sun is very strong. There.
Just go in at there. Inside. Go. You can go in. The thing is, there will be some disturbance of light.
No, we'll put the curtain.
Here, huh?
Yeah, we have curtain.
Okay.
We can put curtain.
Outside.
அந்த ஜன்னலை சாத்திட்டு நில்லுங்க.
ஜன்னல்ல
Outside is too strong.
அங்க போடலாம்ல அங்க
Or maybe
அதான் சொன்னாங்க அவர் இங்க
no, let's do it outside.
Go.
Yeah, better. Better.
You can close your
Yeah, it's closed. We'll do it. I will arrange. Let's first do group photo. After I will arrange.
என்ன
புகைப்படம்
எங்க
எடுத்துக்கலாம்.
நிக்கிறது?
இங்க தான் வெளியே
வெளியே எங்க?
அது உள்ள அங்க